Hey guys, it's Alexander, and today I am talking about the Sokani X60 version 2 LED light. Let's get started. So I wanted to review the Sokani X60 because they seemed like a great alternative to the Aputure 120D. Now after kind of messing with the Sokani, I do realize that it's definitely not as bright as the 120D. However, because of its price of around $169 on Amazon, it is still a great affordable option. So let's talk about build quality. This light is surprisingly very robust. The exterior has a solid metallic-like feel to it, which gives you a nice reassurance that if you were to drop this guy, it probably can withstand a couple falls. Now what's really cool about this light is just how strong the locking mechanism is on the yoke of this light. Now because this light has a Bowens mount on the front, this means that you can attach Bowens mount soft boxes, reflectors, etc. to the front of this light. Now one drawback I do have on this light is the way that the AC cord plugs into the back of the light. For some reason, it has like a distribution box or something halfway down the cable before you plug it into the wall. And the makers, Sokani, they didn't make the cable that plugged into the light quite long enough, and I don't really like that because it seems like a safety issue. And on top of that, it's just kind of bulky and it's there. Now, what comes standard in the box of this light is a reflector dish. And that kind of allows you to focus the spread of this light from being just everywhere to one spot. It's not quite like a Source 4 or something like that, but it does help with focusing that light wherever you want, and that does increase light output. Additionally, what's really cool about this light is that it does dim. So this light is fully dimmable from 1% all the way to 100%. And I think that's a feature nowadays that's just so sought after. I wish this light was full spectrum RGB, but it's not. It is daylight balance, I think around 56K or Kelvin. So what's also really cool is that this light does have a mounting point for an umbrella. And that way you can kind of bounce that light off or back off something if you don't have a Bowens mount softbox. Now, one of the first things you notice when opening the box of the X60 is the size of this light. I would probably say it's comparable to a small tissue box or something. So it's quite cute, but what's really cool to see is just how small this light is compared to the light output of this light. And this means that you can mount this guy pretty much almost anywhere because of the form factor, which is really nice. It's very light. One thing on the X60 is that it does have a built-in fan. You don't have the option of turning it on or off, unfortunately, but it's not very loud. So to be honest, you're pretty much fine when filming sound. Now, one of the biggest selling points of this light I'm about to get to. This light has a wide range of built-in lighting effects because it is dimmable. And what's cool about it is that all those effects can be accessed on the back of the light. You do have a remote, but there is no kind of app control or anything from your mobile device. Everything is done either via the remote or also on the back of the light. I will say the menu on the back of the X60 is pretty user-friendly and straightforward. I had no problem figuring it out within the first minute that I was messing with it, so I don't think you guys will have a problem either. So what built-in effects the X60 does have? Number one being paparazzi mode. And this effect kind of just has random light flashes go off every few seconds, and you can adjust the frequency of these light flashes and also the brightness intensity. So let's say you wanted to have your paparazzi mode, right? And you didn't want to have it to be that bright. You can fully dim down however bright you want this mode to be, or also how frequent these flashes happen and the randomness, which is kind of nice. Second up, you have an icon that shows kind of like a bad bulb. And from using this, what I kind of got was that it's these random kind of flashes of like a bad bulb. Maybe there's some kind of electrical issue, but these random kind of like weird electrical flashes. And this could be kind of handy if you're filming something that's like, an abandoned, hospital or an old house or something, and you want this kind of effect for a creepy vibe. This does help set a really creepy mood. Third up, you have TV mode. We've all filmed this where we want to have some kind of TV effect on our talent while we're shooting, but we don't have a TV or maybe an extra hand on set to kind of do these manual dims up and down that are kind of random. So this mode comes in handy by kind of providing that for you. Again, you can adjust the brightness or also the frequency, so it's kind of handy. And personally, I tried to use this mode as a fire mode, and pretty much I just put a CTO gel on this light, made it really orange, and just put the intensity brightness down a bit and adjusted the frequency to my liking. It worked pretty well. So guys, next up we have this next mode. At first I thought it was like a second bad bulb mode, but upon doing more research, I figured out actually a firework mode. And so as this effect goes on, it gives you these really cool random light flashes that almost kind of dim back down slowly, as if a real firework would. And this is really cool. I'm not sure when I would actually use this because I've never shot a scene with fireworks before, or that's giving the impression of fireworks. But again, this is always cool to have as an extra feature in the back of your toolbox. And guys, last but not least, we have the lightning mode. And as you saw, I used this in my film in the beginning of this video. And this is really handy because I feel like lightning is one of the most practical effects that we can use on set to really enhance the mood and the vibe of our productions. And I feel like this effect is used so often, so this is a really handy effect that I'm sure you're going to utilize. And guys, to be honest, that is pretty much it on the X60. Overall, I think it is well worth the investment of $169 on Amazon. It is very affordable compared to like the Aputure 120D or any other LED lights out there. And for what you're getting with these built-in effects and the ability to dim up and down with the build quality of this light and the form factor, you really can't beat this. So definitely, if you are in the market to upgrade your lighting kit, definitely give the Sokani X60 version 2 a look. And guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, guys, and also leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. And last but not least, guys, if you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. It does help support it, and it keeps you guys updated each week when I release new videos. And guys, that is it. I'll see you next time.